go in there and get your hat. And that's why they began to call those women hookers. Oh, we're real proud of that one. Always good to talk about it, Thanksgiving dinner table. All right, on our left, overlooking the Mississippi River, you can see why this spot of land would have been strategically advantageous to anyone, really. The Chickasaw people lived here for 10,000 years, and they liked that you could see any kind of a war party approaching from all the way downriver, all the way upriver, and you're safe from flooding. But for our purposes, this is the site of the Battle of Memphis during the American Civil War. Not the one we're about to have, but the one from the 1860s. On June 3rd, 1862, all the Memphis people put on their Sunday school clothes, polished their shoes, fixed their hair, ironed their shirt, brought picnic blankets and folding chairs. Everybody came down here overlooking the river to watch the battle. Family fun. Let's bring the kids. Kids love fire and blood and explosions. What could go wrong? Steaming downriver was a fleet of Union gunboats that were heavily armed and heavily armored. They were modern ironclad vessels. And they were steam driven. And they had a coal-fired boiler that made that steam, which meant that the entire sky to the north was filled with thick black coal smoke. And into that black cloud left these 30-foot long tongues of orange flame, whistles blowing, steam hissing out of the valves. So here comes the fellow from the brand newfangled Western Union office, waving a piece of paper that says Union Fleet approaching from upriver, and everyone's like, yeah, you think? These were intercepted right about here by the Memphis fleet. Small problem. The Memphis fleet did not exist, which is a crummy way to begin a naval battle. What they did have was a bunch of old, slow commercial cotton freighters tied up at the landing, and they were affixed with a cannon. They didn't have plate steel for armor. They had what was available, what was stacked up down at the landing, bales and bales of it, stacked cotton all around the decks to absorb the impact of the Union cannon fire. Now, when you get back to the hotel, take a towel and moisten it in the shower, and then wrap the moist towel around the smoke detector in your room so that you can take a ball of cotton and hold it over a cigarette lighter so that you can learn more about the Battle of Memphis. How'd that turn out? But we got off light. Memphis had a 90-minute battle. We didn't have a prolonged destructive siege. Our buildings weren't shelled all to pieces, and our town wasn't burned. So we escaped the fate of towns like Savannah, Charleston, Richmond, Vicksburg, Atlanta. So thanks to the combustible nature. Oh my God, it's a horse! Don't talk to him, he's trying to work. Now, if you remember the 1993 movie The Firm, you might remember that Wilford Brimley was trying to kill Tom Cruise in a chase scene that was filmed right above us on the little brown bridge. Not everybody knows who Wilford Brimley is. The young folks don't know. You have to use the word diabetes. Then everybody knows who you're talking about. In 93, Wilford Brimley was the only one that wanted to kill Tom Cruise. It's been a while. Off in the distance on your left, you'll see two large humps. That is the the Hernando de Soto Bridge. Yeah, there's the bait shop if you need a boat cushion or some shotgun shells, or perhaps a stylish camouflage ball cap. Again, on our left, I have no idea what that is, but we paid for it with our tax money, so please look at it. Now, this building is pretty heavy mojo, if you like rock and roll or if you like gospel. Some of you folks may have been to Nashville and seen the Ryman Auditorium, pretty much the home of country music. Well, this is the Ellis Auditorium, and it is the home of gospel music. But I don't mean church gospel. This was throwdown, showtime, secular entertainment gospel. See, rock and roll hadn't been invented yet. And not everybody wanted to go to Beale Street and drink moonshine and get in a night fight. So a lot of people would come here and check out a gospel show. And these dudes would play these songs twice as fast as you remember hearing them in church. They were the rock stars of their day. And they would play these songs really fast. They would sweat profusely. They would like do weird stuff with their leg while they sang. In case it sounded like anybody we know. There was a young kid lived around the corner from here named E. Presley. He was absolutely fascinated with, that bus doesn't have a guitar player. Bless their heart. So young Elvis worshipped the gospel guys there. They were his heroes. They were his idols. And that's all he wanted to do, is grow up and be a gospel star at the Ellis Auditorium. And for that matter, so did Johnny Cash and Jerry Lee Lewis. So not surprisingly, when rock and roll started coming out of Memphis in the early 50s, it had a lot of gospel. And gospel left a mark on rock and roll. Actually, the way we look at it around here is they say that blues and gospel had an affair. And named the baby rock and roll. And although it's been a troublesome child, I'll try to show you what I mean about this gospel music. Some great morning when my life is over, I'll fly away to a place on God's celestial shore. I'll fly away. I'll fly away, oh glory. I'll fly away when I die. Hallelujah, by and by. I'll fly away. Apartments here on your right, they look kind of old-timey, I guess because they are. They were built in the late 20s. But this is where the Presley family ended up when they moved to Memphis. Elvis's parents, now their house in Tupelo, Mississippi, that they moved out of, it was too small. They had outdoor toilet, no running water, had kerosene lamps for light. And you ever clean that black stuff out of the inside of a kerosene lamp? It's nasty. And if you have ever had to sing loudly and stomp your feet on the way to the outhouse, because if there's somebody already in there, they can hear you singing and say, "I'm in here," and you stomp around to make the snakes go away. Well, this place had a bathroom on the inside of the building. Each apartment had an inside bathroom, hot and cold running water from a faucet. And each room featured in the middle of the ceiling an electric light controlled by a switch on the wall. For young Elvis, this was like going from the Flintstones to the Jetsons. Okay, and if you look in the little bottom left-hand corner down there, you follow that hill to the bottom left corner, you'll see a basement window that has a black cable poking out of the gray concrete. Well, right above that is a large window on the first floor, and that is the Presley's living room. The window to the right of it, just past this tree with the bulky bark hackberry tree. Little white sticker in the bottom left-hand pane. The curtains are kind of open a little bit. That was Elvis's bedroom growing up. It's the window beneath it that fascinates me, though. Down in the basement was the laundry room. You raise your hand if you ever had a kid living at your house who was learning to play an instrument. All right, let's see where this goes. But Elvis would play his guitar all morning, all noon, all afternoon, all evening, all night. His parents would finally say, "Boy, take the guitar into the laundry room, please." Down in that basement, sitting on a pile of laundry in the dark is where some of the rhythms that were to become rock and roll were first played. Oh, Luther Perkins also lived there. Not everybody knows him by name, but I'll play you Luther Perkins' lick, so you know what I'm talking about. Play guitar for Johnny Cash, he lived there too. On our left is planet Earth's foremost research and treatment facility for childhood cancer. And when Danny Thomas opened St. Jude in 1960, the two major rules: no child will be turned away and no family will receive a bill. And this is world-class Nobel Prize winning treatment administered by some of the doctors that administered the care at St. Jude were once patients as children. Tremendous amount of good they do here. It costs $2.5 million a day to run St. Jude. And if you wonder where in the world does that money go, I will so gladly tell you. In 1960, the survival rate for childhood cancer was 20%. Today it is 80%. So we can surely give them a hand. Larry, we've passed like 3 liquor stores so far. Yeah, stop at the next one.